again, I wanted to talk about this on Monday. Didn't really get to because of the audio difficulties, so I want to talk about this today. But Klay Thompson just finished, obviously, his second game back. He made his return after missing the last 2 seasons due to a torn ACL and a ruptured Achilles. He's back in the NBA. It's a glorious sight to see him. And for me, one of my favorite quotes is from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. That's one of my favorite quotes because it reinforces the importance of living in the present, maximizing the opportunities every single day you're given. And more importantly, I think that it's important not to take for granted what you have. And especially in sports when momentum and when championship windows are so transient or so fickle, you really appreciate it when you have it, and you quickly forget that appreciation when it's gone. And that couldn't have been ever more apparent when Klay Thompson was gone. The last time we had seen him was in Game 6, 2018-2019 NBA Finals against the Raptors. And he was obviously honest. He was playing extremely well. He and Steph Curry were leading the Warriors. KD had just gone down. He had just ruptured his Achilles in the game prior. And they had gone on the road in Toronto, collected a huge road win to pull the series back to Golden State. And I think that if he's healthy, they ultimately still win that series. It was after his dunk attempt. And then after 941 days, he comes back. Comes back against the Cavs on Sunday. And it was a happy day in the NBA. It was a joyous day in the NBA because they dearly missed him. And what a performance it was to see him. It was the loudest that the Chase Center had been all season. The ovations, the outpouring that were cascading down, very much deserving of that. And to see him being cheered for in the pregame warmups, all the pregame hype videos that Steph was narrating, and the introduction, it was chilling. It was extremely moving. And to his credit, he wasn't starry-eyed in front of the camera, but I'm sure internally there was a lot of emotions going on. And the fact of the matter is, Klay Thompson has been, in his long, yet what feels like short but long career, one of the most impactful players in NBA history and in the NBA. The guy is a top 3, if not arguably top 2 shooter of all time. He's an elite player, a great two-way player. But the thing that stood out to me the most, because what kind of punctuated his return was that dunk, obviously, what seemed to be on the entire Cavs team. But it was his post-game remarks about that dunk after that was telling. Because a reporter asked him what he was feeling in that moment, what gave him the confidence to go up and dunk that. And I think that this quote from him is great. He said that he hadn't dunked a basketball in the 2 months leading up to playing, but when the lights are brightest, he just feels bouncy. And I think that that perfectly embodies who Klay Thompson is, which is someone, and it embodies someone that we had been missing for 2 years, which is someone who's just unnerved, someone who is unfazed, who's constantly confident, who has this kind of reserved confidence, but this reserved, almost humble humility, humble arrogance to him. This fearlessness to be one of the clutchest players and again, to not be rattled by the moment. No stage has been too big for Klay Thompson. We've seen him come up huge in postseason games. We've seen him score 42 points on 11 three-pointers in an elimination game against the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. We've seen the 37 points in a quarter against the Kings. We've seen the 60 points in 3 quarters against the Pacers. That's what this guy is capable of, and that was the glaring void that was missing in the NBA that we forgot about Klay Thompson. Not just how prolific he is of a scorer, but how prolific he is as a clutch playmaker, as a clutch basketball player. This guy's fearless, absolutely fearless. And it's not a surprise to me that obviously in his initial debut, he scored 17 points. He was efficient in 19 minutes. And then last night, even against the Memphis Grizzlies, he still goes out 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, had the best plus minus on the team, plus 17 in 20 minutes. That's who Klay Thompson is. He's still working his way back, but it was a joyous day in the NBA because we dearly missed him. We missed him. People forgot about him. And to see him back, to have him back, I think it was not only an awesome moment for the Golden State Warriors and their fans, it was an awesome moment for the NBA community, for fans of sports. And it was electric to see him come back in that arena. And I'm glad that now he's back playing against Memphis, consistently a part of the rotation. He was obviously overjoyed and elated that his name even came up on the stat sheet in the post-game interview. He was just extremely grateful and appreciative that he could be back playing the game that he loved. And I just wanted to say that we appreciate Klay Thompson. I know he's not watching, but if he is, we're happy to have you back. Stay healthy. And again, this was a joyous day in the NBA to get him back. It truly was.